Dirty Sports Podcast. I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from Port Hueneme, California, Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
From the Neme.
The Neme.
From the Neme.
You would love New Year's Eve here. Just
Firework bonanza.
bonanza. I mean, starting at like 7 p.m. We went out to dinner in Ventura, and we had like a late dinner. I mean, late for California. 8:30, sit down. You know, we're in the car. We leave at 8. Fireworks show, like not an authorized fireworks show, but straight up like somebody blowing off performance grade fireworks from like a school parking lot. Like, Jesus Christ, never stop. No one loves fireworks like Mexicans.
Do you think Mexican people love the Raiders or fireworks more?
I don't know. It's that and wrapping their hot dogs in bacon.
Oh,
And you're like, yo, fool, you guys turned down like, but I would love to know, is it like a war thing? Like, are they like, what is it about explosives and Mexicans?
But what else besides fireworks?
I mean, yeah, but like shooting their guns in the air.
Yeah. That's funny you bring up the bacon wrapped in hot dogs. I was literally talking about that 2 days ago. How I don't even know why I was talking about. Oh, we were watching. What was on? With something with a game in LA had to have been. Yeah, SoFi game.
And they showed the shot outside.
No, but I was just like, oh man, I miss going to LA sports events afterwards, getting the bacon wrapped in. The hot dogs wrapped in bacon and the mayonnaise and the mustard and the peppers and
LA street dog, fool.
Brittany was looking at me like, that's disgusting. I go, actually, it's great. Now, my intestines never liked it.
Yeah, because the bacon's only cooked on one side. So your intestines like, what the hell's happening here?
Like, especially after Rams games.
Yeah. Little post-Coliseum bacon dog.
Oh, yeah, just crushing them, hopping on the train. And just by that night or next morning at the latest, you're like, why am I doing this? Yeah, those were great. But yeah, they love some fireworks. Yo, fool.
Turn down for never. It's 2025, dog. We got to go into 2025 in style, dude. Let's go to the high school and blow off some explosives.
Did they stop?
You think they just have? Do they just have garage full of fireworks and their kids are like, does New Year's Eve count? Oh, you know it does, fool. Load up the truck.
Did you get any on Christmas?
It's Christmas. We don't blow up nothing on Christmas. That's Jesus Christo's day, man. We only do New Year's Eve. We only do regular season baseball or football wins. We only do World Series, Super Bowl, Lakers championships, Halloween, Thanksgiving, New Year's. We do 4th of July. We do 5th of July. We do 3rd of July. We do 2nd and 1st of July. We basically go back to June 26th. June 26th through July 17th. Basically, you could, but not on Christmas, fool. Now, day after Christmas, Boxing Day, fool. Yeah, we light that shit up again. But not on Christmas Day. Baby Jesus is sleeping, fool. What are you doing? He's in a manger. You trying to wake baby Cristo? He's sleeping in a pile of hay, dog. But yeah, every other day, dude.
And they probably went all night, didn't they?
Christmas Eve, dude, on Christmas Eve, we're the innkeeper, and we're like, yeah, you know how you know we're open? We're setting off explosives. We got a room. Come on in. If the innkeeper had known about our thing back in the day, baby Jesus wouldn't have been born in a barn, dog. 3 wise men, somebody should have brought bottle rockets. Motherfucker brought myrrh. Who needs myrrh, dude? You need a Roman candle.
I to this I'll never know what myrrh is. No one knows. What's myrrh?
Myrrh is the sound that my truck makes when I kick a kicker in the back. Brrr. Brrr. On my way to light off fireworks at your school, dog.
Well, I mean, you got look if you're a Raiders fan, you need something to celebrate.
Yeah.
At this point, here we are again. I couldn't tell you the last time.
Turn on the speaker in the back of the car, dog, because I'm about to tell you who we're drafting. I did a mock. You ever do one of these mock drafts, dog? Shadder. Shadder.
I really want him to go to the Raiders.
I know. I want him and Travis Henry to go to the Raiders. It was my plan before the Giants fucking ruined yet another tank. Like, get the number 1 pick, trade it to the Raiders so that they can draft Travis Henry and Shador and just take their next 15 years firsts. Just do a Ricky Williams deal.
That has like 5 and 12 season written all over it. All over it. I can't believe we're already here. We're already at the finish line, man, for the regular season.
Feels like NFL just started, doesn't it?
Goes by. Well, there's so many damn games on TV now. Goes by every day of the week at this point.
Weirdly, no game yesterday. Do they always do no Thursday, week 18?
They moved to all games are on Sunday.
And Saturday.
Yeah, sorry. There's 2 on Saturday.
No Monday, though.
No Monday.
But they do a Monday night playoff game, which is weird.
They started doing that.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta show you this clip. I still can't get over this. And maybe it's just because I live here. You went on a great rant about what Zac Taylor's wife posted on Instagram. Dude, you got to see what she said at the beginning of Hard Knocks not this week's episode, but last week. Brittany was like, "Oh my God, you got to come in here now. She's like, you're going to lose your mind."
She was just watching it without you?
Yeah, she was watching it without me. She's into Hard Knocks, surprisingly. Yeah.
But then she watches Hard Knocks and has no idea or has no care for how it like manifests in like the games or anything, or does she ask?
Oh yeah, she didn't really care about the games. This is the same person who likes the Housewives. So it's like, oh, what's the reality aspect? Like right now, she's really hung up, which is actually pretty funny. We both are hung up on how Kyle Van Noy looks like he looks like he's 70. And he's got the I haven't slept because my kid's sleeping look on his face. And he's only 33 and he's having a great year. But that's a side story. I'm just going to play this clip. This is the beginning of episode 4. And I'll intro it briefly. The episode starts, Taylor's in the Bengals office with his kids. And before this, he basically says he's got 3 kids. And I think 3 or 4, but he says he doesn't see his little girls. He sees them on Monday. They come down the stadium. They run around. Mondays are off days for teams. They play on Sunday. And he's like, I usually don't see my girls again until Friday.
Got it.
And then this is what his wife says. She hops on the screen.
And I miss him, but also I know how hard Zach's working, and I think people have no idea how much the wives are invested. Mondays are fun when you win, but honestly, doesn't outweigh how hard Mondays are when you lose. I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to go anywhere.
Okay, so Mondays are great when they win. When they lose, the wins aren't good enough for how bad the losses are. She says she doesn't want to leave her house and go anywhere.
I just feel for him. Nobody on the planet wants to win more than these guys and their wives, players and wives included. You know?
Okay, so I just can't get over that. I can't get over.
Look at her face. She's
Yeah.
got. I mean,
she's got what?
She was made in a basic white girl factory,
dude.
And the planet wants to win more than these guys and their wives, players and wives included.
So there's a few things. Like me and my buddy cannot get over.
Zac Taylor, you're rich now. Buy your wife some lips.
So here's my thing. Here's my thing. First of all, so she doesn't want to leave the house. I'm gonna ask you this, because this is what I said to Brittany. I said, there's 32 head coaches in the NFL. I could not tell you a single, not one, head coach's wife. When his wife leaves to go to the local Kroger where they live, and I know where they're like 10 minutes away from where I live, literally nobody knows that's the Bengals head coach's wife. Maybe some friends in the area or parents' friends because their kids go to school. No one knows. She said she doesn't want to leave. And let's be honest, Joe, it's Cincinnati, dude. This isn't Philly. The fans here, like, it's Cincinnati.
Honestly, the fans there are so delusional. There's like, don't worry about it. We're still making the playoffs. We got the MVP. This is great. No, don't count us out. We're going to the Super Bowl.
I can't get over her going on camera. And look, I am going to dunk on her a lot.
I love no one wants to win more than the coach, his wife, and the players. Well, who the fuck would want to win more than those people? The fucking fans?
Also, dude, you know what you signed up for. I'm not, I don't think I'm dunking on her. You know what you signed up for when you marry a coach.
Yeah.
Right. You know what you signed up for. And on top of that, and I've said this before, her dad, Mike Sherman, coached 5 years. He was the head coach of the Packers. Remember him? From 2000 to 2000. You know this life. Your dad was the head coach of the Packers and then the head coach of Texas A&M. Like, my point is, you knew exactly, and I would argue that's one of the reasons old Zachy worked his way into the NFL, because father-in-law was a former Packers coach, Coach Brett Favre. My point is, you knew. And he's just sitting there like, oh, yeah. It's like, lady, I just can't believe you went on a camera and said this. You don't want to leave your house. And that the wins, you're basically saying it's not even worth it. The wins aren't as good as when they lose. It's unbelievable.
Also, Uber Eats. I don't leave my house, and I don't fucking have to go anywhere. Like, what are you leaving the house for? At this point, if your car doesn't have like half tinted front windows, like, did you even buy a car in my tint? I didn't like add tint to my windows. They're just like basically blacked out. Dropping kids off of school, pick them up, drive through, Uber Eats, fucking wait till Tuesday. Unless of course your husband blew a game on Monday night, then wait till Wednesday.
I find it very hard to believe that people in Cincinnati are going up to her. And I know where they live. They live in a very nice area, especially in that area.
Are you telling me you don't think the Cincinnati version of Justin Wood stumbling out of the Cincinnati version of Q's knows exactly what Zac Taylor's wife looks like and is like, go on, throw the ball. The husband's out of more.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening at all.
We got to re-sign Hoosh.
I don't think that's happening at all. And based on her Instagram post and now this, when he had the perfect game plan, it's like, lady, don't make it about yourself. Like if I'm him, I'm like, why would you say that? Why would you say you know the HBO crew is here? Why would you say that? Get it together, Becky.
Is that her
Whatever.
name?
No, I don't know. He looks like she could be a Becky.
Yeah, she looks like she'd be a Stacy.
Let's see how close we are. Let's see how close we are. Zac Taylor's wife, Sarah.
Sarah. With an A or an H?
H.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, look, I just again,
I've told the story 1,000 times. That the girl I met in a townhouse after a show, Sarah with an H. Bitch, I'm not writing you a check. I don't care how you spell your name.
she said that Sarah with an H.
Sarah with an H. Cool.
I know I've said it a bunch about like players and now coaches' wives. It's like just talk about stay in your lane. Just be there, collect the checks. You know, these guys are making millions of dollars. You live in a nice house. Just be content. Don't go on social media. Don't say wild stuff. And for that reason, I'm out in the bank. Little sneak preview. I'm picking the Steelers this week. I'll tip my hand on that one.
Wow. Okay.
I'm picking the Steelers. Well, maybe what you should be doing is there. You should be scouting some defenders to get on the roster. Maybe that's what you should be doing.
Although you can scout them all you want, you can't pay them. So
no. Maybe they should add her to the scouting department. They're a little slim on the scouting department.
She's got to stay out of Kroger's, get to a BJ's or something, go budget shopping.
What's BJ's?
I don't know. What's the other Costco?
No, she needs to go to a
Ross Dress for Less.
A rural king. Go out in the country.
Excuse me?
A
rural king?
Yeah, there's a place called
What's that, like poor person's Bass Pro Shops?
Bro. I actually want to do a video there. I've never been. It's like out in the country. You can buy everything from groceries to guns. Yeah, it's like a poor person. I don't even know what you call it. I mean, a poor person's Walmart, which is kind of ridiculous to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going out there, they're not going to know you. Nobody knows you anyway. Nobody knows you. Do you think, I don't know a bigger Bengals fan than Justin.
No.
Do you think he had any clue the name of Zac Taylor's wife?
100%. I need Justin to weigh in. He knew all about Sarah Taylor.
He knew all about her.
For sure.
He knew how they met?
I think yes.
Is he like the biggest, when you look at fandom of people you know, is he the biggest fan of his team that you know? I mean, he has a Bengals tattoo.
Yeah. He's for sure up there. He's for sure, like, I'm trying to think of somebody. Daniel Carter's Notre Dame fandom, he just flew solo to New Orleans in a leprechaun outfit. He's been there for like 2 days because they delayed the game with no place to stay. Like he's pretty crazy. Who else? I'm trying to think. Baseball. Baseball just doesn't. It's got to be about football or college football.
And he has an Ohio State tattoo, doesn't he? Doesn't Justin have an Ohio State tattoo? And he didn't go there.
Yeah, well,
but I mean, actually, is there a bigger football fan of their? If you combine NFL and college, Dude, you know what, Justin? You got to just go full cosplay like these guys do.
You're so high. You need an Applebee's tattoo. You need that Bengals Ohio State, and then underneath it, you need to put 2 for 20.
And that's where Taylor's wife should be. She should be doing Uber Eats from Applebee's.
Yeah.
Get that Monday 2 for 20. You don't even got to leave your house.
No. I don't leave my house, and and no one recognize. I live in the land of Mexicans. No one's even looking at me. They just think I'm.
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
I have done DoorDash. We did it last week. I don't think I had ever done DoorDash.
Even in LA, like
I never did it.
I don't. So what would you do if you ordered? You basically never order delivery, or you order like Papa John's or something like that.
I love to pick up, man.
Yeah.
Even
you
last
getting in your car to go out.
I do. Even last week, we did DoorDash. I got a gift card for Christmas. I picked up pizza and wings. I was like, let me go get it. It was like cold, rainy. She's like, you're leaving the house on a Sunday? Like, I'm watching football. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go get it. I'm very boomer in that I pick up and that I don't do DoorDash.
Well, you save on a lot of the fees, that's for sure.
Well, that's also part of it. The fees are ridiculous. But I know you're a big like DoorDash and delivery and Uber.
Yeah, I do Uber Eats. And I finagle. I hate the fees too. I do a lot of like I do a lot of promo coding, They'll be like, "Oh, this 2 for 1 at this place, no fee this way." I'm like, "All right." I go in there and I'm like, "What's my deal of the day?" I guess that's what I'm in the mood for. And then every once in a while, my deal of the day does not correspond with something my girlfriend wants, and I'll be like, "Great, and I got to pay $40 in fucking delivery fees."
Yeah. No, that's
I don't mind. I don't mind a pickup too. I was way more like that in Venice than here. In Venice where I had my little garage, my little place. Like here, it's like it's weirdly there's not traffic here at all, but there's just like it's just like more of a suburb, but like kind of like strip mall suburb. Me. My number one hatred of Southern California is how like everything's a fucking strip. And Venice was like a neighborhood. So I didn't mind like if I ordered something from like up on Lincoln or over in the marina, like getting in my car, hopping on Ocean or hopping on, Maine or whatever, and then bopping down to Santa Monica or up to the marina. It's like, seeing what's going on in the neighborhood. Here I'm like riding along the fucking naval base, bunch of fucking Jack in the Boxes and KFCs and shit like that. I'm like, ugh. Just deliver it to me. I don't need to go out and see urban sprawl.
You ever had Miller Lite delivered?
Never had Miller. I like to go pick up my Miller Lite. I like to check my born on dates. I prefer a bottle, so I don't need some guy going, I'll swap you out for. Now right behind me right now I have like 40 cans in my Miller Lite fridge, but I like to carry it home like a baby. I don't need it being roughed up by some delivery man.
Well, they do have delivery options, Joe.
They do have delivery options for those of you who don't want to get out and deliver your own baby. I think I did it when we first got the Miller Lite promo code. When we first got Miller Lite /Dirty Sports, or I would do a lot of delivery then.
Well, I got news for you.
What's that?
It's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Miller's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? I'm putting on my Miller Lite draft hat. My
Whew.
flat-filled Miller Lite summer draft hat.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner, Andy? I would have dressed in full garb.
Just wanted to spring it on you, springing on the dirt balls.
Mm.
What a great start
The
to this 2025.
the pre-noon holiday Miller Lite. Does anything hit better than that?
No.
Mm.
In this great
What
news,
day is it? Who cares?
it's Friday.
It's Miller Lite Day.
I know you enjoyed some cold Miller Lite beverages to celebrate the new year.
I absolutely did. In fact, the other day went, we talked about pickup versus delivery. The other day I went, I have this beautiful Miller Lite mini fridge behind me here in the shed. And I had maybe, I don't know, 15 Miller Lights left in there. And I said to myself, you should start off the new year. You should start off 2025 right. You're here at the supermarket. The 30 packs are on sale. Just get it and load that Miller Lite mini fridge to the brim so that when you start the new year, that thing is just every single spot of the Miller Lite mini fridge is full. And I did that. Now I've got, 50, 45, 50. After drinking a couple, I probably got 45 Miller Lights left in the fridge behind me. Glorious.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Guys, it's the OG, the original light beer since 1975 and still the best. The GOAT. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Like we were saying, go to MillerLite.com/dirty sports. It's on the screen right there to find delivery options near you. You don't even have to leave your house.
Zac Taylor's wife, this is perfect for you.
Oh, it's perfect.
You never have to leave. You took another L. You gotta, you need something to calm your nerves, and you can't go see people.
It's perfect. Hit up that MillerLite.com/dirty sports. Or you can pick up Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer, like Joe was saying. He likes to pick it up in person, get those cold bottles in person. Taste like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Now, Andy, I don't know if anybody knows, but we have the Miller Lite presented by right here. I got my Miller Lite over my which shoulders right there. You got your hat on. We're back. People probably listen to the first, 27 minutes of this episode, and they're like, "What? How am I even listening to this? How's this free for me?" This is how. Miller Lite's back, and so are Fridays. Got to get down on Fridays. Weekend, partying, yeah. Miller Lite, yeah.
Yeah, so Miller Lite's back for 2025, guys. So your Friday episodes are the Miller Lite episodes. Isn't that right, Joe Prano?
That's right. So if you're a old school Dirty Sports listener, those Fridays will show up. Those Friday episodes will show up in your regular old feed.
Yeah, that's right. Happy to have them back on board.
Yes.
Couldn't do it without the Dirtball fam. Much appreciation, guys.
That's right. Dirtball fam got us through 2024. For those of you guys who came over to Substack, thank you for that. You kept this show alive. We couldn't have done it without you. And obviously all your support over the years with Miller Lite, which we hope you will continue. Tweet us, Instagram us, TikTok us, Substack us, put us on Threads, tag us on Blue Sky, all the places.
What else?
Facebook, Snapchat. Anybody still on the Snapchat? Did we age out of Snapchat? What else?
MySpace?
Maybe a Reddit post. Is MySpace back? Post it on MySpace. Zazzle? I don't know what that is.
Twizzler?
Twizzlers? The Rizzler. Put us on, send us a Venmo. Tag them in Venmo.
Haiku?
Haiku, yeah.
Snibbles?
You're just making up words.
Yeah, I'm making up all. There's no haiku app. There's no snibbles.
Snibbles sounds. I'm gonna start Snibbles.
Nibbles.
Snibbles.
Is that a good dog name? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Snibbles?
Snibbles. But yeah, share your love of the dirty sports and Miller Lite on all social media. We will share that. Andy, it was a rough year, and I had to have a conversation with a couple people. A couple people said to me, your Instagram profile, and I was like, yeah. They're like, it says, comedian, host, blah blah blah, and then it says Miller Lite enthusiast. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, are you sponsored by Miller Lite? I said, not currently. I'm like, oh, I was like, well, I'm a Miller Lite enthusiast no matter what. If Miller Lite, God forbid, ever went out of business, I'd go around town buying up bottles and cans, just store away in the perfect temperature so that I could drink it after they were gone. We know that'll never happen because they're the original light beer. They'll be the first. They were the first. They'll be the last. But I'm a Miller Lite enthusiast, not because they pay me to be, but because I was born to be.
It's in your blood.
It's in my blood.
It's in your DNA.
That's right.
Louis, I know I've said this before, lots of photos too. I've seen, especially with my parents gone, holding Miller Lights. For real. It's especially, rest in peace, Joanne. A lot of photos of my mom holding Miller Lights.
3.2 carbs. Is that right? Only 96 calories.
Yeah, she knew what was up.
She knew it was up. Running marathons, half marathons.
Yeah.
5Ks.
Exactly.
What are you going to do? You have an oatmeal stout? You have an IPA?
Oatmeal stout.
You have an IPA and then go run a 5K? Not with that yeasty taste in your mouth.
No, definitely not. Can we talk about something we haven't really talked about?
Yeah, the New York Knicks 9-game win streak, 10-game win streak. What are we talking about here?
We can talk about that too, but I wanted to talk about all these burglaries. I find it fascinating.
The NFL, like the players when they're out at a game getting burglarized.
It's not just NFL. You saw Luka, right?
No, I didn't see Luka.
Dude,
did that happen recently?
Yeah, that's what I like. It's just now kind of taking on another life form. So Luka was burglarized last week during a game, last Friday night. Again, no one was at home. Jewelry was valued at about 30 grand was taken. Here's where it's taken a turn. So now we have Luka, Mahomes, Kelsey, Burrow, Bucks forward Bobby Portis, Mike Conley Jr. And here's the thing. It's now been revealed that the FBI has been working with the NBA and the NFL. It's apparently a transnational South American theft group that are well organized and they sophisticated enough that they use technology, including pre-surveillance drones and signal jamming devices to mess up alarms. So they're claiming that this is like a very elaborate organized crime group from South America that is obviously targeting these guys when they're playing because they know their schedule. It's kind of fascinating. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they're always doing this while they're working.
No, obviously. I mean, that's like the, what was there was that movie and the whole like celebrity heist thing back in the day. Cause like when social media started happening, people were like geotagging where they were, like, I'm out at blah, blah, blah. And then people were like, well, Paris Hilton's out. Let's go steal her jewelry. I'm starting a new business, Andy.
What's that?
Dog trainer. You know the number one way to keep burglars out of your house? A dog. Angry dog. Pro Athletes Angry Dog Trainer. Hi, I'm Joe Prano from Pro Athletes Angry Dog Trainer. Do you often go on the road to play away games and leave your valuable jewelry at home? Call me, Pro Athlete Angry Dog Trainer Joe Prano. We have a variety of breeds from Rottweiler to Pit Bull to Rottweiler Pit Bulls that will protect your house when you're out at the game. Drones? Okay. Surveillance? Okay. Alarm jammers? Okay. Technology can be hacked. Dog jaws cannot be hacked. You're going to have to stick your finger in a butthole of one of our Rottweilers if you want to get them off your face.
There you have it.
NBA players, take a pick of dogs from our Charles Oakley kennel. NFL players, take a pick of one of our dogs from our Lawrence Taylor kennel. Major League Baseball players, take a pick from our Pete Rose kennel. Our Pete Rose dogs don't care if you're 14. They're going to fuck you up.
You figured it out.
What they say a beware of dog sign is like 5 million % more effective than an ADT sign on your front lawn.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually makes total sense.
We've got German Shepherds for you white players.
Well, historical reference there.
Mm-hmm. Luca, you need a dog? We got German Shepherds.
We got pit bulls.
Yeah.
And
Have an
not the
angry
rapper.
pit bull.
Hold on. What would make you leave more of a property? A pit bull or the lights? A spotlight goes on pit bull and he starts rapping.
Yeah.
like what would make an intruder want to run
For
away?
you Latino Major League Baseball players, we have actual pit bull, Mr. Worldwide. He'll protect your house better than a regular pit bull can.
Can you imagine just a spotlight? He pops up on a stage wearing a suit and sunglasses.
Call today and have your guard dog delivered by our celebrity endorser, Michael Vick.
I was hoping you'd work.
Who's still rehabilitating.
He was up for like a head coaching position.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I saw Deshaun Jackson got hired.
Georgia Bulldogs?
I think it was Norfolk State or something.
Yeah.
Close though. I think Deshaun Jackson got hired.
Yeah, that makes sense. Deshaun Jackson, uncoachable at every level he ever played at. Known for dropping multiple touchdowns before he got into the end zone on purpose.
I mean, Dion really paved the way for this. These guys should be given a cut of their money. Any of these former players who have no coaching experience.
I feel like it would be easy to defend a Deshaun Jackson coached football team because you could just like run zones that only cover the outside of the field and leave the middle of the field wide open. None of his players are ever going over there.
So 9 in a row for you Knicks, huh?
Yeah. Big game. Is that tonight? Big game. Might be tonight. Yeah, I think it is. Friday, NBA TV against the NBA leading Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, the Cavs have a one game up on them as far as best record.
Oh, in the league? Cavs are ahead of them?
Mm-hmm.
The second...
How legit are the Cavs, by the way?
Pretty legit. I think, listen, Charles Barkley has kind of been on the the Cavs aren't going to be there at the end of the year. Like Cavs will be down to the third. I think that the Cavs are pretty legit in that they I think they could be the 1 seed. Do I think they will be the 1 seed? I don't know, but I think they could be the 1 seed because I think Boston's, not committed to Boston's the reigning champs. Like they know the regular season only matters so much. but I think it means something to the Cavs to like, hey, we have the best record in the league, whatever. Do I like the Cavs more than the Knicks or the Celtics to actually come out of the East? No, I don't. And I know that'll probably like I don't know if Cavs fans are a real thing, but so I don't have to worry about them. But I'm open to having a discussion with Cavs fans about that because suddenly my mentions, are open because, Sixers fans and Pacers fans who told me they were better than us last year have disappeared. So I'm open for any basketball discourse. But the Knicks showed me something the other night with a win without Jalen Brunson and without his backup, Deuce McBride. So both of their point guards were out and still got a dub, and they're looking good. And I'm loving it. And I've seen that Minnesota fans are just up in arms about Julius Randle's playing. I'm like, I tried to tell everybody, no one listened to me.
How's he playing this year?
He's playing not great, and he's playing, a selfish Julius Randle style of basketball that includes not much effort on defense and ball stopping. And like Karl Anthony Towns has been incredible for the Knicks. So it's again, we had a little rough go up front to start the year, a little lack of chemistry, new guys. Deal happened right before training camp started. Minnesota's still kind of struggling to the point where I'm like, did they make DiVincenzo available? I'm gonna sneaky get him back. But so far, it couldn't have worked out better for the Knicks, that trade.
What do you make of the Jimmy Butler trade stuff?
It'd be interesting to see where he ends up. I mean, obviously he could really help a team, but at the same time, it just seems crazy to me with the way that the Heat, his time on the Heat has completely changed his legacy as a player.
Yeah.
And so for him to like now demand to go somewhere else seems crazy to me, but
I mean, look, it can completely revitalize his career as far as, I mean, for lack of a better term, legacy.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
Yeah, I'm repeating what you said. I'm just like mind boggled by. I haven't followed it closely enough. Like what has gone south for them, as far as him with Pat Riley or him with the organization?
I don't know. That's what's interesting about the whole thing. I mean, I think the simple thing is like the last couple of years, they all like there was the one year that they finished like in the upper echelon of the East, but they've made a couple of playoff runs without finishing high. So like it's clearly not about being like the 6th seed and being like a couple games over 500. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he was, if he's sort of demanding a little bit more of that star treatment just on a day-to-day and they're not giving it to him. Because I feel like he was sort of like you said, I don't know if his career necessarily needed revitalizing, but his image in terms of like no one wanted him and he was kind of a lost piece. He goes there, he kind of flies under the radar, and then they're successful. They're not under the radar anymore. I don't know if he's, exhibiting more diva behavior or whatever, but yeah, it seems crazy to me because the Heat are always going to be dangerous. Like right now, they're a 6th seed, right? So in a first round, if the playoffs started today, which they don't, they'd be facing a Knicks team. You don't think I would be scared of a Heat team? Of course I would. I'd be more scared of a Heat team than I would a Sixers team or a Pacers team. That's for sure. Or honestly, basically any other team in the East. I would say besides the teams above the Knicks, besides the Cavs and the Celtics, I don't think there's a team I'd want to play less. Bucks are maybe like right there. But I'd say Bucks and Heat are the only teams I would be afraid to play in a first round series.
Well, this is his 6th year. You figure 2 NBA final appearances, 4 conference appearances, 4 conference final appearances. So it's been successful. Who knows? Maybe Jimmy Butler's just the type of guy where things run their course, you know?
Yeah.
They obviously got the most out of him.
But also, Jimmy Butler's running out of destinations.
Well, and also, you know, dude, he's 30. He's 35, man.
Yeah.
Like, give me the NBA 2011.
I'm just trying to figure out what type of team makes a move for Jimmy Butler and at what cost, you know? Who's he nudging over the top in some sort of way? He has that ability, you know, you plug him in, but like, what team is that? I don't know what team that is.
Yeah. I don't know. We did watch the Jamie Foxx special. Speaking of Jimmy Butler.
Is it's a one-man show or is it a comedy special? What is it?
Both.
Both. Stop. You're both right.
You're both right. It's a one-man show. It's some serious parts.
So it's a one-man show.
Yeah. Some comedy, like some stand-up, a lot of Diddy jokes. So you just, I'm like, did Diddy, you know, he went into his coma and, you know, had a stroke. It's like his brain. It's like, did Diddy do that? You keep saying Diddy was like, was the back of it. Like, is Diddy responsible?
Yeah.
His daughter comes on stage to play a song with him. He's crying a lot. I mean, of course, my lady loved it. It was too, he gets real like religious too.
Oh, great.
I was like, look, man, you could like, you can have your viewpoint. I don't really care. That's not my thing. Like it at moments I'm like, this sounds like, you know, he's in Atlanta. It sounds like a, like
Baptist church.
Yes.
Sermon.
Yes. Because the crowd's responding. But then there's moments where I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, that's
Women
funny.
Are fanning themselves.
What's that?
Women are fanning themselves. Oh, Jamie. Preach, brother Jamie.
But that's what I'm saying. Then he goes back to like just being Jamie Foxx. I mean, he's talented as shit, dude. I think.
Talk about booty call, brother Jamie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if we put an overrated, underrated performers, actors, whatever you want to call it, like, dude, music, stand-up comedy, acting. He has been able to do it all at the highest of levels. Like, I think Jamie Foxx has been completely underrated. He made some. I was interesting. He made some references to Any Given Sunday, and I was like, oh, I feel like that's a movie again that flies under the radar, and even that role for him. So I don't know. I mean, look, I wouldn't.
I am blown away at your ability to like consume content. Are you just like, is your daughter go to sleep and you guys are just like from 7 p.m. till 1 a.m. every night? You just like, you're like, yeah,
No,
I watch Hard Knocks, the Aaron Rodgers documentary. I've watched every single piece of documentary footage that's ever been put out about the New England Patriots. Watch the Jamie Foxx special.
No, you know what's funny? We actually don't watch that much. I don't watch that much stuff. I know you think I do. The Jamie Foxx one, full disclosure, fell asleep midway through it, woke up. Like, that was holidays, let's watch stuff. She said New Year's Eve. I said, let's watch something. And she goes, there's 2 new Hard Knocks. Let's bang them out. The Aaron Rodgers thing, a lot of it was background noise. No, it's funny. I actually don't consume much at all. I know you think I do. I don't. She does. She's 35 weeks pregnant. That's just lay in bed,
She's
stuff's
watching
on.
TV for 2.
Yeah. I mean, that baby is like, at this point, it could be any day now, realistically. I think
I love
40
they say like, oh, you want to get your baby like a musical influences? Like, put headphones on your head. You're like, she's like, my baby's watching reality TV.
Oh, yeah.
I put my Bluetooth headphones on so that the baby can get good audio on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Don't even get me started. Trust me. I know.
Did she watch Real Housewives of Orange County?
I think all of them.
She watches all of them.
All of them. Miami. I mean, all of them. The ones that are in the black neighborhoods, like all of them.
The ones that are in the black neighborhoods.
Well, I shouldn't say black neighborhoods.
That's where that's where I should run my dog security commercials during Real Housewives of Brownsville.
I shouldn't even say, because they're not in black neighborhoods. It's mostly black people is what I'm saying. Rich black people. So I don't even know why. But like, yeah. Although, obviously stuff will be on in front of me. The ones featuring the black women are by far the most interesting for me.
Yeah.
Because they get in like legit fights.
Yeah.
Like fist fights and shit.
Fist fights and shit.
Dude, people are crazy now, man. I'm not talking about reality TV. I'm just talking like in general. People are nuts. Like the stuff people want to fight over just blows my mind. I don't know. Crazy age. I don't know what's going to happen. I just know I'm probably going to have a kid before Super Bowl, and it's going to be a tough one.
Oof. When's the kid due?
Could be a couple weeks now. We don't know.
Is your baby out before or after the Bengals' last game of the season?
Oh, hopefully. Well, dude, their last game is going to be Saturday.
Right. Or is it?
I don't know. You tell me. Where are you at? Where are you at, speaking of these games? Where does Prano have any shot of catching me?
I don't think so. Well, I mean, how many did I pick up? I picked up a couple last week, you said?
You picked up one.
So I'm what, 6 back? 7?
Let's pull it up here. Current standings. You were 7 back. You picked up 1. You went 9-7. I went 8-8. I mean, it's been a tough year for you. Shout out to our boy Matt. He's got it all figured out. He has he's done so. There's been 17 weeks. I've won 10 of them. You've won 4, and we've tied 3.
Okay.
So here we are, man. Week 18. And this is a tough week to pick because a lot of guys are sitting their backups.
Yeah.
All right. We got
Are we 2 picks? Is that what we're doing?
Wait, what?
Are we getting ready to pick games here?
Yeah. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Do you want to do our Miller Lite 6-pack of picks first?
Let's do it.
All right. We have a Miller Lite 6-pack of predictions. Now, we both made correct me if I'm wrong, did we both make 2 predictions about this week and then 2 sort of future long-term predict or 1 future long-term prediction each?
Correct. I did 2 for this week and I did 1 long-term.
I did as well. So those first 4 beers out of the 6-pack of predictions, they'll go down nice and easy. And then those last 2, just like in a real 6-pack, you just want to savor a little bit, Drink those, and for all of these predictions, for all of these Miller Lite 6-pack of predictions, consume them responsibly. Because these, who knows how correct these are.
Do you want to go first with your three and then me and my three?
I think we should go back and forth.
Okay.
I'll give you one. I'll give
Okay.
you my first one. I think that there's been all this talk of the first pick and then who drafted this. The Giants blew their first, and then I am going to predict that the Patriots beat the Bills this week, forfeiting their own first pick.
Interesting. It's funny that you make that pick because I made a completely different pick for one of my Miller Lite 6-pack of predictions. I'm predicting that Mitchell Trubisky leads the Bills to a road victory against the New England Patriots.
Wow. So our first two picks cheersing each other. You can only drink one.
Correct.
Now you just picked the favorite in a football game. So that's a weird Miller Lite 6-pack of predictions, but I'll give it to you.
Well, the prediction is that Trubisky.
Okay, so you're predicting a good your prediction is really a strong Mitchell Trubisky performance.
Yeah, I'm giving a vote of confidence to Trubisky here.
Okay. I am going to make my second Miller Lite 6-pack of predictions. This one to a quarterback that has who has shown me less than Mitchell Trubisky this year, but I think revitalizes himself for one last go. Now, before I say this, I just want to remind everybody, Joe Prano, Johnson & Johnson. I think that Aaron Rodgers upsets the Dolphins this week to knock them out of playoff contention. One last hurrah for Captain Enigma.
Wow. All right, my second
potentially final Aaron Rodgers performance of his career. I think he gives it his all. This one last game, plays well, walks off into the sunset. Or the moon. I don't know. It depends. I don't know if he believes that the sun actually sets with the whole flat earthing thing, but
he's not a flat earther.
He's not a flat earther? Are we sure?
He's not a flat earther. I made that prediction last week and I was wrong, so I'm not going to say that he rides off in the sunset. But I am going to say this for my second Miller Lite 6-pack of predictions. I believe that Sam Darnold and Jared Goff combine for at least 3 turnovers.
Wow. Okay.
In our Sunday night game, which will decide the number 1 seed. I'm not going to tip my hand on who I'm picking yet, but I believe, I don't know how it's going to play out with interceptions and fumbles, but I'm calling it right here. Mark it down. At least 3 turnovers between the 2 quarterbacks.
Okay. My final Miller Lite 6-pack, my final prediction in this 6-pack of predictions. It's a futures one. You just talked about the Lions who are competing with the Vikings for the 1 seed. This is my bold prediction.
We have the same one. I already know where you're going. We have the same one.
Oh, I'm doubling up. I'm going to double up on you, Andy. I predict that the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles will not make the NFC champion. Will not make the Super Bowl from the NFC.
Wow.
No Lions, no Eagles in the Super Bowl. Will it be the Packers? I don't know. Will it be the Commanders? I don't know. Will it be the Vikings? I don't know. Will it be the Bucks? I don't know. All I know is it will not be the Lions nor the Eagles. There are 5 other teams in the NFC. Neither of those teams' coaches are boob free. No, I'm going a no boob Super Bowl.
All right. You didn't say what I thought you were going to say, but this is what I'm going to say. You're going to be shocked by this.
I know what you're going to say.
I predict the Detroit Lions do not win a playoff game.
Whoa! I thought, whoa.
I predict as my last Miller Lite 6-pack of predictions, the Detroit Lions do not win a playoff game.
Andy, do you know you have flip-flopped? You're the John Kerry of flip-floppers. You are Jimmy Buffett walking around Key West. You've got so much flip-flop on the Detroit Lions this year. You were out on the Lions, and you're in on the Lions, and you're all the way in on the Lions. Now you're out on the Lions again. I will tell you one thing, though. You did just tip your hand on who you're picking in the game.
No, because here's why. Here's why. I call it as I see it. That defense is atrocious right now. I think I still don't even know. We'll see when we get to the pick who I'm picking.
I think you're picking the Lions to win, get a bye, and lose their first playoff game. I think that's what you're predicting.
That's where my head's kind of leaning.
Yeah.
Is that they get the bye. But Lions fans will count that as a win. I know how you NFL fans work, especially you Homer fans. You will count the bye as a playoff win. You will do your little song and dance spin, all you Reddit Lions fans. When you lose,
Andy, all the way back out. He was Mr. Grit. It's week 6. Somebody go back to week 6.
Again, I call it as I see it. Things change. Things evolve. And if the Lions do lose this week, and let's say the Rams win, which we'll talk about, I think that the Rams have played them tough. They've lost the last 2, last year's playoff, and then the first game this year.
But that would be going to SoFi.
It would be going to SoFi. Now, I don't think there's much of a home field advantage there, but
well, there's a no home field disadvantage of having to play in Detroit.
Correct. Yeah, I'm predicting the Lions don't win a playoff game. Because if they do lose this week, all their games are on the road. They say defense travels. Well, when you don't have a defense, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I know things can change. I just from watching that San Francisco game, I'm like, you guys gave up. Your interceptions were bad passes by Purdy, just bad passes. It wasn't a great defensive play. It just defense. We say it. It's coaching. It's defense. It's quarterback. I'm still not fully sold on Goff. Neither of us are. We all know how I feel about Dan Campbell. Can't you just see some wild Dan Campbell move in the playoffs right away?
Yeah.
Like he starts the game with an onside kick or something.
Kick to start the game, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, we're onside kicking. Well, this is dumb.
But what you said is very interesting. The no Eagles or Lions
in the Super Bowl. You just said the Lions don't win a playoff game. So,
true.
Okay. So
you took out the top 2 seeds, though.
That's what I did.
You just cut them out.
That's what I did.
That's kind
Although the Vikings could be the 1 seed if they win.
True. All right, well, let's get to our picks.
Let's go.
Saturday, we got 2 games. We got 4:30 Browns Ravens. I mean, what a wild the Browns. This is how dog shit the Browns are. Let's just go through the Browns this year. Deshaun Watson gets hurt. He should have been benched anyway, so we're going to count it as benched. Jameis Winston gets benched. Dorian Robs, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Swiss Family Robinson.
Swiss Family Robinsons gets benched. We're on the quarterback. We're on the Bailey Zappi.
Where is Jacoby Brissett? And how is he not starting for the Cleveland Browns?
I believe he's on the Patriots.
Crazy.
Jacoby Brissett, fun fact, beat the Bengals in week 1. That's all you need to know about the Bengals season.
Yeah.
And I'll just say this as a side note. Joe Burrow's had a great year. You scored 10 points against Jacoby Brissett. So, like, for that alone, you might be eliminated from any sort of MVP discussion. So Bailey Zappi is the quarterback. The Ravens have to win to just lock up that AFC North crown. They should. They're 20-point favorites.
They're 20-point favorites?
It has now moved to 20.
Oh, okay. I'll take the Browns.
Well, I was going to take the Browns too for that reason.
Yeah.
It's still division game. Sorry about that.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're apologizing for, to be totally honest with you.
Did you not hear that?
No.
Phone. Yeah. I mean, right? The Browns still have a decent defense.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, a week 18 wild shit happening. I don't see there being
a 3-touchdown win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Bengals, Steelers. This line has moved a lot. Bengals opened at -3.5. Then it went down to 1.5. It's back down to 2.5. Every single Bengals fan is just acting like they've won this game. It's been bizarre to me. It's been bizarre.
What did the line open at?
3.5 Bengals. It's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
They actually, they haven't won since they beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
Look, I watched this last game.
What has to happen for the Bengals to get in?
They need to win. The Broncos need to lose at home to the backup Chiefs.
Right.
And also Miami has to lose.
So that was my prediction.
I'm up here first. Here's what I think.
You already told us what you think.
Yeah, I think the Bengals lose. They gave up 414 passing yards to Russell Wilson last game. 414. I don't think they're going to do that this time, but I also think Pittsburgh's defense, while it's not as good, they caused two Burrow turnovers last game. Dude, here's the thing. They know how to get after the QB and cause fumbles. I think the Bengals lose. Because also the Steelers, they have a lot to play for. If the Steelers lose and the Ravens win, the Ravens will win. If the Steelers lose, they have a first round at Baltimore. If the Steelers win, they have a first round at Texans.
I think that the Bengals win and cover.
Wow. Yes. And they finish 9-8.
Finish 9-8. They miss the playoffs. Broncos win.
Now, we had this discussion in my house. I've rubbed off on my significant other. I said, what would be funnier? I said, what would make you laugh harder? The Bengals win, just as Cincinnatians. The Bengals win, and then the Chiefs ruin their season by losing. Or the Bengals, she goes, oh, no, it's way better. You wait a whole day, and then the Bengals fans get their hopes up. So that's kind of where I think the head's at here. But I think the Bengals lose.
Okay. And finish 8-9.
It doesn't matter. They're going to keep all their coaches.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
And the excuse would be what again?
What excuse would be for what?
I guess what like last year Joe Burrow got hurt. What's the excuse for 9-8 this year?
There is none. The defense sucks. There's none. I mean, look. So I think I don't know if I've said this before. My buddy's company has their suite is right next to the owner's suite. He's gone to 2 games this year. He went last week. It's bizarre. He goes, the Bengals owner's suite, both games he's gone to, he goes, is fully empty. He goes, big suite. You have Mike Brown's daughter and her husband and his granddaughter. He goes, gone to 2 games. You know, I don't know how many an owner suite can seat. How many can that seat?
I don't know. Depends on the size. I'd say 40.
3 people. He sent me a picture of the first game. 3 people. And he goes, dude, last week it's bizarre. You have don't you find that odd, Joe? Like now, look, the owner's 90. I'm not saying clearly his health is probably an issue. I'm talking. They're not inviting like friends. It's bizarre. Their last home game of the year, a primetime game, which was obviously a fun overtime game. I find it all so bizarre. You're not filling out the suite. We all know you've been to some Giants game suites.
Yeah.
Might be a thing of the past, but
yeah. And in the Giants game suites, sometimes you'll hear questions, who even is this guy? Like that's like, let's say somebody in the suite were to give an underage kid 0.5 ounces of beer foam. You might even hear, who even invited you?
Yeah. No. Like to me, that is just a perfect way to describe what's going on if they're not even filling out the owner suites. But it doesn't really matter. Moving along. Let's get to Sunday's games.
Let's get it on.
Panthers, Falcons. You're up. Must win for the Falcons. If the Bucs lose, the Falcons do move into that last playoff spot. This one's in Atlanta. The Falcons are 7.5-point favorites.
Oh, that's a no-brainer. I'll take the Panthers.
Damn.
That might be my lock of the week, that this is a close game.
I thought you were going to say Falcons. I'm taking the Panthers too.
I'm going to build a parlay. I like to do a three-team, 2-spread and a money line boost parlay. I'm going to take the Panthers plus 7.5. Boom. 1, 2 money line. Okay. By the way, my 3-team parlays, I would say I've hit, and this is not a joke, 85% of my 3-team parlays this year.
Let me ask you this. Is Kirk Cousins in the NFL next year?
Yeah.
You think he is?
Yeah. And I mean, well, is he going to retire? Why would he retire? How many more years is he in Atlanta?
They're going to cut him so enough to pay him all this stuff. It was guaranteed, but I believe he gets. Let's see here. I just put him in. I knew this. The most Browns move ever. They're talking about him possibly to the Browns.
The Browns are unbelievable.
Kirk Cousins will be on the team's radar as competition for Deshaun Watson.
Well, listen, here's the one thing about the Browns. If the Browns got Kirk Cousins, if your strategy, right, you have a defense. If your strategy is play defense, get a veteran quarterback in Kirk Cousins, and then sign a running back where you can go ground and pound, like maybe get OJ, then now this all makes sense. Now it all makes sense. If you guys just don't give a fuck and you're like, let's go get OJ Simpson, see if we can go for 2,000 yards. Now, somebody in their front office, I'm not saying a number of people, but at least one person is probably going to be like, OJ's dead. But I'm assuming that same person also said Deshaun Watson has been accused of rape by 30 women, and they didn't give a fuck. So Kirk Cousins and OJ to the Browns. I could see it. Maybe a little Antonio Brown. Give him some weapons. Mushin Muhammad. I don't know.
The Browns could owe $92 million in cash and receive $119 million in dead salary cap if they cut Watson after June 1st, and $173 million in cap space if before then.
I have said it before, and I will say it again. Cleveland is a town that for sure has guys that were when the mob was fucking rocking and rolling in the 80s. Were fucking like for I bet you for $500,000 you could have them whacked.
Well,
People have been whacked for a way less than $95 million.
Yeah, so Cousins got $100 million guaranteed, so it doesn't really matter. But obviously, he's not in the future in Atlanta.
Unbelievable! It's unbelievable how many teams are just absolutely ineptly run. The Falcons signed Kirk Cousins the same year they chose not to hire Bill Belichick.
That's what I was about to say. They gave Cousins $100 million. And they chose Raheem Morris over the greatest head coach of all time. The most Super Bowl winning head coach of all time. It's absolutely mind-boggling.
Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins couldn't start at the University of North Carolina next year.
I mean, I can't believe the Browns. If they, it would be the most Browns move. It really would. All right, we're both taking the Panthers that game. Commanders, Cowboys, not sure who's playing. Washington 6.5-point favorites. This one is in Dallas. I'm going to say the Cowboys cover.
Why do you say you don't know who's going to be playing? The Commanders have to win that game, don't they, for seeding?
They're currently a 6 seed.
Right. They can't move up to 5th, but they could move down to 7th.
No, let's see here. They have the edge right now on the Packers.
They can't move up to 5th. We know that. They can't move up to 5th.
They can't move up to 5th, and I don't think they can move down to 7th because they currently have a better conference record than the Packers, and even if the Packers win, they still have a better conference record. So I believe they're locked into the 6th seed.
Okay.
So I'm assuming they're not playing all their boys.
So then why are they 6.5-point favorites?
It's a good question. Let's see if I can find out some more info. I don't know.
Okay, well, this doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, and for that reason, I'll take the Commanders.
Well, you have to.
Why?
You got to try to gain a point on me.
Well, what am I up? 7 down?
You're 7 down.
I don't even think this is a. I'm not even factoring that into my decisions.
You're waving the white flag.
I'm not waving the white flag, but what are we doing here?
Okay.
I have to pick basically, I mean, I would say on typical weeks, I don't pick 7 different games from you. That even if I did, I have to run the table. All right, fine. Fuck it. We'll go for it. We'll see if we can't figure it out.
All right. Well, we already have a bunch of different picks. All right, Bears, Packers in Lambeau. Again, it is. I could be wrong on some of these seedings, but I feel like they're locked in as well. I think to that 7 seed. Packers are 10-point favorites. I don't even really. You're up first, but I don't even really care who's playing. The Bears are just so bad.
So I'll take the Bears then.
All right, then I'm gonna take the Packers.
Let's go.
All right. Next up, we have Texans, Titans. This one's in Tennessee. Man, the Texans have fallen mightily this year, but they already won that division. Tennessee is a 1.5-point favorite. I'm taking the Texans.
Texans are sitting guys.
I don't know.
Well, they have to be if Tennessee's a 1-point favorite.
Yeah, they got to be.
This is not the place to make up the thing. I'll take the Texans as well.
All right, Jags Colts. Indy is a 5-point favorite at home.
I'll take Jacksonville.
I mean, here's the thing. I want to take Jacksonville, but I also just kind of want to fuck around.
All right, I'll take Indianapolis.
I'll take.
Who do you want? I'll take the other side.
I want to take Jacksonville.
Okay, I'll take Indy.
Okay.
All right.
We can do this the rest of the way if you want. I don't really care. Bears Patriots, already tipped my hand. Bills Patriots. I'm already taking the Bills.
And I've already said I'm taking the Patriots to win the game.
All right, Giants Eagles. Saquon will sit, Joe. He will sit.
Unbelievable.
Smart move by the coach here.
Smart move, I guess.
It's a smart move.
Yeah. Although now when you don't make the Super Bowl and you don't get the rushing record, oh, he's going to regret it.
Eagles are still 2.5-point favorites against the Giants. It's in Philly. I'm going to take the Eagles.
Fuck. How many different picks we have so far? A few.
A few.
All right, I'll take the Eagles too. 0% chance the Giants put on 2 consecutive semi-decent performances. Everybody should be fired. Everybody at this point.
Ooh. All right, Saints Bucks must win for the Bucks to wrap up that division. They are 14-point favorites against the Saints.
Jesus Christ.
The Bucks have had some big wins. Do you want to just keep taking the opposite of what I'm doing?
Well, who are you taking in this game?
I'm taking the Saints.
All right, I was going to take the Bucks anyway.
Okay. Baker Mayfield might get 40 touchdown passes this year.
And is Baker Mayfield leading the league in yardage?
No. Burrow's leading yardage and touchdowns.
And touchdowns.
Can we get Baker back on Hulu? Doing commercials? You know, I love me some Baker doing commercials. Did he earn it? Is he back?
I don't know.
Who's doing good NFL commercials now? There's no good NFL commercial players.
Peyton Manning.
I'm talking current, man. I do love the Peyton Manning one. Peyton Manning or Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning. Debating Manning.
I laugh at all of them.
I'm debating Manning. I just can't wait for Master Peyton Manning, where he's fucking jacking it to. I'm Master Peyton.
You think about that one? You had that one queued up, didn't you?
No, I didn't. It's just on the spot. It's quick like that.
By the way, the Eli Hall of Fame, man. Dude, I fell down a rabbit hole. There was a good little article in Athletic about Eli and the Hall of Fame, and then I had a curiosity. I went to the comments. Dear God, the Eli Hall of Fame debate is
my favorite thing ever because he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and all those people are just going to cry themselves to sleep with their whoobies.
Hold on real quick. Sorry, I was looking at the comments. Packers and Commanders both have the same record, so I guess they both have to win.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, and I know you said conference record, but
yeah, you're right. I wasn't even looking at that.
Yeah.
That was my bad. Wait, what's a whoopee?
like your binky, your blanky.
You think he's gonna be first ballot?
Yeah. I think he's going to be first ballot. He's a finalist. He went on the first ballot. Now he's a finalist on the first ballot.
There's what, 15 finalists?
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be first ballot, though.
Okay.
I just know how the voting, the voting is weird how they vote. There's a lot of good names this year.
Think about it this way. everything about every reason that Terrell Owens doesn't get in or whatever, all that is on Eli's side, right?
I agree. Okay, so let me just do it real quick. These are the 15 finalists.
Yeah.
You just give me a quick yay or nay.
Okay.
They should be in.
Well, you can only do 5, right? Only 5 guys can get in.
Is that true?
Yes.
Only 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go through them. You say yay or nay.
Yep.
Cornerback Eric Allen.
No.
Defensive end Jared Allen.
No.
Willie Anderson, former Bengals tackle.
No.
Jari Evans, guard for the I don't know. Jari. No. Antonio Gates.
Yes.
Torrey Holt.
No.
Wow. I would say yes. Luke Kuechly.
Yes.
Eli Manning.
Yes.
So you're at 3. Steve Smith Sr.
No.
Terrell Suggs.
No.
Fred Taylor.
No.
I mostly agree with you. Adam Vinatieri.
Yes.
So you're at 4, and you got one more if you want to pick a 5th. Reggie Wayne.
No.
Darren Woodson.
No.
Marshall Yanda, guard tackle for the Ravens.
No.
So you're at 4.
So I'm putting Torrey Holt in. 5.
So you're putting Torrey Holt in. Interesting. Torrey Holt has the numbers, in my opinion. But then you'd have to put in Reggie Wayne, too.
Torrey Holt didn't do it, Peyton Manning.
Wait, what?
Torrey Holt didn't do it with Peyton Manning.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Here's the thing about Eli Manning. Here's the one argument. His record. It's literally the one argument again.
No, there's a few. The arguments against him would be his record. These are the arguments. I'm just saying these are the arguments people make.
Okay.
It's a few. I'll list the arguments. It's his record. I believe he's 117 and 117. Is that correct?
Correct.
So he's 500. It's never been in first or second team All-Pro.
Okay.
And then the interceptions and the amount of times he led the NFL in interceptions. Those are the arguments that people make.
Brett Favre's in, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So interceptions are out. Interceptions are a non-factor. If you have Brett Favre's in because he threw for a lot of yards and he threw for a lot of touchdowns, but he only won 1 Super Bowl. And
he also had multiple MVPs, didn't he?
Okay.
And all pros.
Okay. But I'm just saying, if we're saying this is the reason a guy can't be in, then right, like Joe Namath has more interceptions than he has touchdowns.
Well, you know the goalpost move. Look, I'm not defending any of this. I'm just saying the goalpost move. Joe Namath was in. We've raised the standard for the quarterback play through time. We both agree. You and I talk about this, like the interceptions, even in Eli's day and Peyton Manning's day versus now. We both agree you can't be throwing interceptions like those guys used to.
Who are guys in the league right now? For like, let's even leave Patrick Mahomes and Burrow and Josh Allen. Let's leave guys out who, if they got hit by a bus tomorrow, I mean, obviously that actually probably improves your chances because you're a tragedy. But like the guys who are nearing retirement or just retired or whatever, which of those quarterbacks get in? Do you think Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Famer?
He's debatable. I don't think he'll get in just on how the people vote.
I think he's a sure thing Hall of Famer. And he has an under 500 record because he played for the Lions.
But, you know, the same argument that they used for Eli
will be used for Matthew Stafford
in this regard. He's got 1 Pro Bowl. Sorry, he's got 2. He's got 2 Pro Bowls. He's got a losing record.
And he had to throw. So when he played on a bad team, he had a losing record and had to throw a lot of interceptions to try to throw them back into games.
Look, I'm a fan. Matthew Stafford's definitely won me over. I'm just like, I'm trying to play out like how he is against his peers from that era. That's where it gets difficult, because you're like, okay, then we have Matthew Stafford, we have Matt Ryan. I guess these guys are all Eli's era too. Phillip Rivers, Ben Roethlisberger. What's going to suck for Matthew Stafford? Eli has 2 Super Bowl wins and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Matthew has 1 win and 0 MVPs. Cooper Kupp got that MVP, that Super Bowl. That's going to hurt his chances. Now, conversely, if Matthew Stafford keeps playing, I mean, look, you get to the point, because it's like most passing yards all time. Where is he right now? He's 10th. And the truth is, after next season, he probably moves in the top 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's dicey.
Like, what's amazing about Eli Manning is Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And therefore, the idea that, but he was a mediocre regular season quarterback because he went 117 and 117. Or he was on a football team where you plug in quarterback X and they're 55 and 200, but don't even ever get there because they are benched and they have no Super Bowls and no Super Bowl MVPs. Like, I just think I think the people who have Hall of Fame votes are smart enough to know that, like, cool story. You're Tua and you don't throw any interceptions, but your team always underachieves. I don't know. Maybe go ahead and throw the ball into traffic at some point to win a game and take your fucking chances. Like, to me, the story of the NFL can't be told without Eli Manning. He has here's something I tweeted the other day, because somebody under the NFL post said 2 Super Bowls carried by his defense. So here's a fun fact. In the history of the NFL, no one's thrown for more passing yards in a single postseason than Eli Manning did in the 2011 postseason. So if 2011 Eli Manning was carried by his defense, if you say that, then every quarterback in history has also been carried by his defense that won a Super Bowl. Because no quarterback ever had more offensive output in one single postseason than Eli Manning did in that postseason. So therefore, carried by his defense, no quarterback in the history of the game has ever not been carried by their defense that won a Super Bowl. Facts only.
Look, I think he's a Hall of Famer too. I think it'll be interesting how the voting is.
I think to not vote for him when you're talking about the Hall of Fame is ludicrous.
I also think how he's been in the media the last few years is definitely going to help, because it's helped his image. Not that he had a bad image. He just was a quiet. That's why I enjoyed the article of just, it goes into his personality and how
every single, just for clarity, every single player above Eli Manning in all-time touchdowns and all-time passing yards is either active or in the Hall of Fame, correct?
Say that again.
Every single player above Eli Manning in passing yards and passing TDs all time is either active or in the Hall of Fame or ineligible for the Hall of Fame. If they are eligible for the Hall of Fame, they are in the Hall of Fame. Correct or incorrect?
For passing touchdowns, yes. Let's see. Let's see for passing yards. Also, yes.
Every person who has multiple Super Bowl MVPs is in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know about MVPs. I believe every person who's
player.
Jake Plunkett is the only one who's won 2 Super Bowls who isn't in.
What's that?
I think Plunkett from the Raiders
Plunkett is the only. Yeah, and he did win the MVP in both.
Okay, yeah, he's won 2.
So every single person who has 2 Super Bowl MVPs is in the Hall of Fame?
I assume. I'm just guessing.
Yes. So if you're a multiple Super Bowl MVP winner, you're in the Hall of Fame. If you're above Eli Manning in passing yards or passing TDs all time, you're in the Hall of Fame.
No, I agree, but they're gonna. That's where this next generation is where, again, all those guys I just listed are above him too in yards and touchdowns. The Phillip Rivers, the Ben Roethlisberger.
So every single person that retired before Eli Manning and had more yards or touchdowns than him is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Look, man, I that's just that, that's going to be the argument people are going to use.
I don't know. I still don't. The argument is a 117 and 117 record.
Correct.
I can't even imagine the Giants' record and their record in Super Bowls if they had even gotten in one, which I don't think they would have, had they not had Eli Manning for 17 seasons.
Yeah. It's I mean, look, the record is an interesting. I'm going to look at I'm just going to look up some guys out of curiosity. Like Joe Burrow's 37-30. Okay, he has a lot more wins. I was just curiously looking up Drew Brees because I know they had some rough seasons. All right, let's continue with picks. Let's get this bad boy wrapped up. Okay. Chiefs, Broncos. Carson Wentz starting for the Chiefs. They're going to play a lot of backups. Broncos are 10.5-point favorites.
Does it me or you?
I don't even know. Does it matter? Look,
I'll take the Chiefs in plus 10.5.
Yeah, I was going to do that anyway. 10.5's a lot. They'll keep it within a score.
And I'm going dog. I'm building a dog heavy parlay. I'm going Panthers, Chiefs, and then we're waiting on a money line.
Chargers, Raiders. Will there be fireworks in Las Vegas? Chargers are 4-point favorites. Chargers want to win this game too for seeding purposes.
Yeah. Chargers win and cover.
Yeah, I agree. Chargers win and cover. All right, Seahawks, Rams. We talked about this earlier. It's in LA. They're going back up heavy. The Rams are. Jimmy G. Bet you didn't remember that. He plays for the Rams. Will be starting. 6.5-point Seattle favorites. I'm up first. I'm going to take the Rams to cover with Jimmy G. 6.5's a lot, man.
I'll take the Seahawks.
All right. Dolphins, Jets. Joe's already tipped his hand. He's going to take the Jets, Jets. Snoop Huntley will be starting again for the Dolphins. I'm going to tend to agree with you. I think Aaron Rodgers gets one last win. I do want to read what Mike Vrabel said. He's getting interviewed by the Jets. I love what he said. This is what he said as far as where he goes next. What did he say? He said he wants his next job. He has 3 priorities for his next job, which this is not the Jets. Ownership, collaboration, and quarterback. I'm thinking he's interviewing with the Jets just to use leverage for negotiating with other teams
Yeah.
for contract.
Yeah.
No way he'd want to go to the Jets, right?
So I'm adjusting this. I'm adjusting this parlay just for dirt balls out there. I'm adjusting this parlay. So here's what we got. I'm going Panthers plus 7.5, Chargers minus 4.5, Jets money line. Bet it now. The second you hear this, go bet it because the Jets line will probably shift. Get the Jets while they're a dog. Panthers plus 7.5, Chargers minus 4.5, Jets money line. Bet it and then spend your winnings on Miller Lite.
There you go.
And then tweet, Instagram, Snapchat me, Facebook, MySpace me a picture. It said, bought this 24 pack of bottles with Joe Prano's parlay picks.
We got 2 more games here real quick. Niners, Cards. Cardinals are 5.5 point favorites at home. I don't know the situation. Don't really care. Neither of these teams can play. What do you say here?
I'll take the Niners to win. I'll take the Niners to cover, I mean.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the Niners to cover. Last but not least, Sunday night for the number 1 seed. Who am I picking for this? Detroit's a 2.5 point favorite. I could see this going either way. This is a tough pick. The Vikings. Do I trust Sam Darnold enough? That place is going to be rocking in Detroit. I'm going to say, okay, I'll just be fully honest with you guys. I'm rooting for the Vikings.
Why? You came all the way around on
because
Detroit.
the Viking story I've now found more interesting. I find it more interesting. A Vikings number 1 seed with Sam Darnold. I believe their over-under was around like 6.5 preseason win total prediction. I mean, it's just.
They were the number 2 seed and also won fucking 13 games the season before Kirk Cousins got there.
It's all.
I hate to say I told you also, but my God, did I tell you also?
You love to say I told you so.
Jesus
you love
Christ.
it. Look. The Lions were right there last year, so this isn't an underdog story. They were a big prediction. No one saw this Vikings team. That's why I'm going to be rooting for them. But I just think the Lions home field, and I don't know about Darnold, even though that look, I hope I'm proven wrong. I'm going with the Lions to win and cover at -2.5.
Justin Jefferson, Addison, Lions defense, Vikings win.
Aaron Jones. Okay.
Vikings win. Vikings 1 seed. Crazy.
Vikings 1 seed.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing that gets me not to say. But can you imagine, by the way? Can you imagine if we had to put up with all of the Lions hype train this year and they don't even win the division?
It'd be pretty wild.
Super Bowl locks. Lock us into the Super Bowl.
Well, look, again, that defense sadly decimated. I mean, decimated by injuries.
Not enough grit. Next man up. Grit. The definition of grit is next man up. Not enough grit. Too many people biting ankles. Not enough guys taping ankles on their defense.
Here's the thing about the Lions, too. The future is like, where is it? Because there's a good chance you lose your offensive coordinator. What's the future when you have all these injuries? I mean, they should still be a good team, but I'm excited about that one. Sam Darnold. That's right. I'll be rooting for Sam Darnold.
He's doing this in the locker room the other day.
Even though I picked the Lions, I'll be rooting for you, Sam. And you know what? I just saw it on Instagram. Now, he didn't pick the games accurately, But at this point in the season, wildly enough, it's pretty funny. You should watch the clip. Nick Swartzen had predicted, it's so funny, the clip, that the Vikings would be 14-2 at this point.
Amazing.
It's with Rich Eisen, and just his responses are so funny. I forget who he predicted them to lose at this point, but I think he maybe predicted them to go 15-2. One of the losses was to the Jags, which was pretty funny.
Now, to be fair, in the last 8 seasons, he's predicted them on Rich Eisen to win at least 14 games. So, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. I think one year he predicted them to go 17-0, and it was still a 16-game schedule. So
You can see that.
Yeah. He's like, they're going to give him an extra one for all the sticks they suck. And you're like, well, he's like, why is anybody sucking anybody's dicks? They give him the rusty trombone. They're giving him an extra win. Why is there gay things happening?
The rusty trombone. Oh, old Rusty. All right, those are our picks, guys. Give us a shout. We had a call. I forgot to play it.
Play it.
Well, what's my
fire it
time?
out there.
It's a. I'm a little bit of a time crunch here.
Okay, don't fire it out there. Save it for next week.
It's a good call. It's about. I'll just preview it. It's about. He wants to do a segment about stuff that grinds our gears. He's playing off Gruden Grinder stuff that grinds our, like with sports. So maybe something an announcer always repeats, or something we see. Just this is in generalities where we're just like, let's bitch about this.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can come up with something. But give us a shout, 310-359-8365. That is the hotline.
Follow me at Joe Prano on all social media except for Twitter, where I'm still at Fix Your Life. Come see a show. New and improved JoePrano.com, new and improved calendar section. There's been a lot of issues with the Joe Prano calendar section over the year. I used to put start and end times of shows, and people were like, you got another show 90 minutes later? I'm like, no, that's just the end time. That confusion is gone. We now only have start times. I'm feeding it right from band.
Oh, yeah, Joe. Sorry to hop in. It looks good. I'm looking at it.
Man, did that all myself. Taught myself a lot of web design and a lot of editing, a lot of things. Taught myself some tasks. It's like I went back to community college in my 40s. JoePrano.com for shows. You can also, for sure, come see me in Bozeman, Montana. I'm so excited for the Friday night, January 31st. It's truly one of my favorite clubs in the country. I had a blast the last time I was there. Going to get in on Thursday, bringing my girl. We're going to do a little snowboarding and skiing. Going to do some shows in Bozeman, kick around Montana. I'm so excited for that. But got a bunch of shows coming up. Got some Don't Tells up in the Central Coast before we go there. Opening for Eddie If down at Irvine in February. Got a show at the Hollywood Improv tomorrow night. Go to joeprano.com and come see a show.
Cool.
Oh, and listen to the new Jay Moore podcast, which is out right now. And since we're going to do another one of these early next week, I'll just give you a quick preview tip. Jeannie Buss, owner of the Lakers, makes an appearance on Tuesdays. More stories. Check that out. Listen to all the podcasts that I'm on or produce. Just dropped a brand new Joe Prano podcast with Pete Sestaro last night. Got Adam Carolla's show hitting the airwaves after break starting on Monday. Listen to all my podcasts. Put them all on your thing. Give me a screenshot that shows me all my podcasts in your player and all your Miller Lite orders on MillerLite.com/dirty sports.
That's right. I got another show too, guys. The Andy Ruther Show. You reminded me I never plug it. You guys can check out the Andy Ruther Show. Talking about whatever I talk about. This week we delve into Craigslist misconnections. Joe knows all about that.
Misconnections?
I brought it back.
Wow.
I brought back the Craigslist misconnections, the old Dirty Pop with Lance Bass bit that you were a part of anonymously.
That's right.
Also, I break down a Jack in the Box fight, and then I go into a rant about how I missed the 99-cent value meal at Jack in the Box. Bring it back. I miss you, Lincoln Boulevard in Santa Monica.
Andy, I don't know if this has already been featured on the Andy Ruther Show, but if it's not, I feel like I need it. Can I request a segment?
Go for it.
Ruther Reviews Taco Bell chicken nuggets.
That might just be a YouTube video.
Let's go. I need you to open with your long and storied history of Taco Bell. A lot of people have said no one's done more Taco Bell tweets than me. If you put my name into Twitter, over 1,000. There's over 1,000.
Not true. It's not true.
Over 1,000 results for me and at Andy Ruther and Taco Bell. Actually, there's 0 results because Andy Ruther's shadow banned. By the way, I think I've joined you in shadow banning. I'm not positive, but I think so.
I mean, I don't know how to get out of this.
Out of shadow banning?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you could just pay him the $9 a month. Or
No,
whatever.
I did that.
Oh, it didn't work?
No, that was to see.
Maybe tweet his, maybe DM his burner.
I saw there was,
and by that I don't mean his Cybertruck that caught fire. I mean his burner account.
I saw there was a burner. I'll be honest. I've been between my kid and, according to you, watching documentaries. I didn't follow up on the burner situation. I need to follow up.
I didn't follow up on it either, but apparently Elon Musk had a burner. I'm sure Elon Musk, for the record, I would just like to point out, in my opinion, probably has 2,000 burners.
He probably does. And
that's run by Grok. I'm assuming there's AI Elon Musk burners.
What if Gronk ran Grok?
Look at it. Was that a Christmas present, by the way? The Stormtrooper glass?
No, I've had it. Fun fact about this. My mom gave this to me for Christmas. I forgot to bring it back to California. She rewrapped it.
Gave it to you for another Christmas?
Like, she knew I would, like, the very next Christmas. Obviously, it's just like a side little gift. And I laughed when I opened it. Yeah, so.
That's hilarious.
Because guess who got Disney? Guess who finally bucked up to get Disney Plus? Your boy.
So now you catch up on all the Star Wars shit?
Yeah.
This guy, I swear to God, this guy. No. This is what you do in Ohio when the fucking sun stays up till fucking 10 p.m. at night.
No, I'm not watching that much stuff. I gotta get out of here, but no, I'm not watching
Netflix. Every Patriots documentary. He's watching the whole Disney Plus. Fucking, he's got 700 hours of Star Wars to catch up on.
No, yeah, I got a lot. It's mostly, I mean, I'm knee deep in Mickey Mouse, bro. That's the jam over here. Like, Mickey is.
Did I mention it on this show already that my girl's like catching up on all? She thinks she's becoming Italian. Did I talk about this?
Sopranos.
Yeah, she's like, she watched Sopranos. She just watched Goodfellas. She's never seen Goodfellas. She just watched The Godfather. She was like, should we watch The Godfather 1 and 2 back to back? And I was like, I'm a real Italian. I've seen The Godfather 200 times. I don't need to sit around for 7 hours. She's like, well, what are you going to do if I like watch The Godfather 1 and 2? I was like, I just told you I'm a real Italian. I'll go out with my other girlfriend.
There you go. I feel like that's a bit you're using, isn't it?
Yeah.
I knew it. Those are good things to get into. It's funny you say that. I saw, do you know, for a while, I don't know if you know, this is so funny. Obviously, we're watching Hard Knocks on HBO, and guess then what popped up was Entourage. And I laughed because, did you follow the whole Entourage saga?
What do you mean?
With Doug Ellen and the creator a few years ago?
No.
When Me Too hit, and then all the PC culture and all that stuff hit, they basically hit it. Like, HBO, you like could barely find it on there. They would never feature. And he was open about it. And he's like, just because of how it was written. And obviously there's a lot of, with Jeremy Piven's character, Ari, and all like the homophobic stuff he says. And then obviously the misogynistic stuff. He's like, they basically wanted to back off from it.
Wow.
And he was like upset because he's like, dude, but this is how it was. Like, he's just a writer, creator. He's not, you know how it is. But now it's suddenly, I laughed. I go, oh, it's changed now. And now it's suddenly back. Like, it came up on my screen. I was shocked.
I had a buddy who just said to me, he's like, Entourage. He's like, I randomly have restarted watching Entourage. He's like, it holds up. I'm like, okay.
So that's what I was going to bring up. She had never watched it. And she goes, I'd watch that. And I go, well, you're younger. I go, it's different. It's like, it's not, but I said, I go, I'd be curious to rewatch it too.
We need a Britney like letterboxed or something like that. This girl is Britney needs to start a Substack where she reviews all the shit she's watching. Is there anybody that's currently consuming more? She's content consuming for 2.
Bro, it's sleeping half the time. Like you've never been
Oh,
around.
you mean she's sleeping through it? Like she just falls asleep?
Dude, you've never been like, again, like at this state, like once you hit pregnant, when you work, it's literally this. It's come home, work 8 hours, you're this pregnant, and then it's just like you just want to sleep.
When did she get to like not stop? When did she get to stop working?
I don't know. But this is a little I'm gonna throw a little gem here for everybody still listening. I got in the doghouse a couple times because once I said I was complaining about how she lack of picking up. I said, "You're pregnant. You're not disabled." Yeah. And then I said, "When's the last time you washed the dish?" Yeah.
Shots fired.
Serious shots fired.
My girl's not even pregnant. She doesn't wash her dish.
But "you're pregnant, not disabled," that one.
That was on what? Like cleaning up after herself?
That was basically just like, hey, yeah. It wasn't, look, dude, like I handle all that stuff. I get it. I work from home, but it was more of like, dude, you don't have to leave your clothes on the ground. There's a hamper right there. Oh, you had hot chocolate last night? Cool. Put it in the sink. Not next to your nightstand. But yeah, that was, and then I followed it up with, she's like, dude, you have no clue what it's like to grow something in your body. And then I said, dude, no chill Ruther was double down. I said, you don't do anything. It just grows. Bro.
You're like, you should put at Andy Ruther and Taco Bell into Twitter. I've grown parasites in my body.
Well, here's the thing. She goes, I'm going to go on the Andy Ruther show. I can't believe you said these things. And I looked at her. I said, no, you don't. You'll be sleeping. And she didn't. On that note, I'm out of here. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Watch the final games. So happy to have Miller Lite back. We'll see you guys on Monday.
I have a college football hot take for you. We'll save for Monday's episode.
What a tease. What a tease. All right, guys. Enjoy the weekend. And as always, stay dirty.